Now, if you're fair-skinned, if you're living in an area that has adequate sunlight and you're low in vitamin D, recognize that that means there's something out of balance, because these 5 steroids and a sterol are designed to help constantly give and take, rest and restoration, push and pull, like I talk about a lot, that homeostasis, to create homeostasis in this through different cycles of life. Hey guys, it's Haylie Pomroy, and I want to welcome you to my kitchen, and today my classroom. I want to talk about, I get asked actually this question a lot, which is, what was the inspiration, the motivation, and kind of what's the science behind the 10-day fast metabolism cleanse? And so let's kind of dig into that a little bit. Obviously, we're going to be doing this program where we utilize food-based shakes, we utilize strategic recipes, we use micronutrients in our metabolism colon, but kind of what is the expectation in the body? And so let me take you through a little bit of process about fat and cholesterol metabolism, okay? And so this was kind of the inspiration. I actually developed this program first when a girlfriend of mine was going through breast cancer. It wasn't developed originally for weight loss. It was developed to help the body right or rebalance its metabolic pathways associated with hormone and hormone production, estrogens, progesterones, testosterones, how we can support from a micronutrient perspective the liver and its ability to detoxify and eliminate efficiently fat-soluble toxins that create all kinds of disease. So I'm going to take you through something that I think about when I created this program. And the first thing is if we take a product of fat, which we're going to call cholesterol, okay? What a lot of people don't always realize is that the liver processes cholesterol into this, I'm going to call it a master hormone. And this master hormone is called pregnenolone. Pregnenolone is actually the precursor to all of our natural steroids and what we call a sterol. Steroids meaning kind of the precursor to a lot of our hormones. So again, cholesterol, which a lot of times people think is a very bad thing, is actually a very good thing when you can metabolize it into that master hormone, pregnenolone. This pathway here, there's a lot. I could take a little teeny bit of this pathway and write from top to bottom all of the different micronutrient-based metabolic processes that happen just in this pathway itself. But to kind of give an overview, we look at phase 2 of liver detoxification, or something that's called cytochrome C P450. This is a grouping of enzymes that help in, all you chemists out there, redox and oxidizing processes, things, if you guys are learning maybe a little bit about glutathione, superoxide dismutase, how the body takes chemicals and converts it, how it converts fats into hormones. So this cytochrome P450 was something that I really researched and studied when I started to put together the formula in the 10-day fast metabolism cleanse. Because I felt like if I could isolate and utilize the micronutrients that facilitated the fat molecules into our master hormone pregnenolone, that is one of the pathways that creates so many disease and disease processes that I can help right or balance some of the very significant things that go wrong in the metabolism that create inflammation, that create disease, and I'm going to show you why. So pregnenolone, this master hormone, is actually converted primarily into 6 things. Number 1 is the estrogens and estrogen metabolites in our body. Number 2 is progesterone and progesterone metabolites in our bodies. Now recognize that men and women produce all of these hormones, but just in different ratios and at different times of our lives. So we know when we're cycling, our estrogens and progesterones change. When we're going through menopause, our estrogens and progesterones change, as well as the third one, our testosterones. We talk a lot about these sex hormones when we talk about health. We definitely talk a lot about them when we talk about breast cancers or prostate cancer. We talk a lot about them when we talk about liver cancers. But one of the things that we're talking about more is with fat-soluble storage of toxins or weight gain. So these are the first 3 that we manufacture from that master hormone pregnenolone. This is when it gets really fun, for me anyway. The 4th one is a thing called glucocorticoids. Glucocorticoids are natural steroids that help to regulate stress and stress hormones. They regulate blood sugar, insulin output, definitely regulate epinephrine, norepinephrine, both your bright-eyed and bushy-tailed hormones, but also the hormones that make you feel kind of tired and wired. So a lot of us feel a lot of things wonky that we're not really sure how to identify which part of the metabolic processes to nurture, and a lot of that's going on in the glucocorticoids. So again, if you have allergies, if you have inflammation, if you have food allergies or inhalant allergies, blood sugar, dysglycemia, prediabetes, diabetes, polycystic ovarian syndrome, it's very important that we nurture and support homeostasis in the glucocorticoids. So when I was formulating, first in my mind, I said, how can I support phase 2 of liver detoxification, where we break down fat-soluble toxins and take poisons basically and excrete them. And then secondly, how do I really support and balance the glucocorticoids? So a combination of the amino acids, also turmeric being in there, spirulina is really important in that part. Let's go on to the fifth one. This is also a really fun one for me. This is called mineralocorticoids. And the mineralocorticoids, remember, all of this is manufactured from fat, right? From the cholesterol molecule. Mineralocorticoids regulate a lot of the body structure, things like osteoporosis, osteopenia, also hypertension, sodium-potassium balance in the body. The mineralocorticoids, or those hormones, regulate whether you produce, nice lean muscle, tight collagen. So a lot about the structure of the body. So for me, especially in a program where I'm trying to facilitate healthful, nutrient-based, rapid weight loss, I wanted to really infuse this program with things that worked on the mineralocorticoids so that my clients didn't just look like they had lost weight, they looked incredibly healthy after those 10 days. And I would say a little trick of mine is that when I started looking at, what did I want to put together in a program, I wanted people to have, clinical, I'm in a clinical practice, so I needed people to have clinical effectiveness. I needed to be able to evoke a change in their labs. I wanted them to have some non-scale victories. I wanted them to feel better, have more energy. Remember those glucocorticoids, those bright and bushy-eyed hormones, the ones that make you like the sound of music. There's actually hormones that evoke our senses to find pleasure in stimulus as opposed to irritation in stimulus. And then I wanted people to look really good really fast so that they would have satisfaction. So affecting the body structure with the mineralocorticoids. So things that would, again, help burn fat. Remember, that's right here, going burn the fat. Now we've got this plethora of building blocks to help create a homeostasis, to stabilize the blood sugar. We've only done this so far, and to start affecting the structure. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then number 6 is what's called a sterol, and that's actually vitamin D. I don't know if you guys can see that. Vitamin D is talked about so much now. It's very hormone-like in the way it affects the body, not sex hormone like estrogen or progesterone evoking our glands to secrete something necessarily, but we actually have vitamin D receptor sites really associated with a lot of our immune system. So I wanted to make sure that I help support vitamin D metabolism. Now, if you're fair-skinned, if you're living in an area that has adequate sunlight and you're low in vitamin D, recognize that means there's something out of balance, because these 5 steroids and a sterol are designed to help constantly give and take, rest and restoration, push and pull, like I talk about a lot, that homeostasis, to create homeostasis in this through different cycles of life. So if you're low in vitamin D, I always encourage my clients to have all of their lipids or cholesterols tested, all of their estrogens, especially fractionated, their progesterones and testosterones. If you're cycling at day 3 of your period, make sure that you're checking your blood sugars. And it doesn't necessarily mean just your fasting blood sugar or your hemoglobin A1C, but maybe do some sugar tests where sugar challenge tests. We talk about that a little bit on our website in our member section. And mineralocorticoid. Really look at your sodium-potassium balance. This is a really good one if you go onto our website and do the lemon challenge test to see for your digestive reserves, because the enzymes, the plant enzymes, that's why this is so packed with that. So this was what was going on while I was formulating that. And I actually formulated this myself. Someone didn't bring this to me and say, hey, I've got a great product that you can promote with your practice. This actually took years to develop and has been really a cornerstone in my successful practice. So again, this was the kind of the chemistry or the metabolic pathways that I was thinking of when I strategically developed this product. Now, there's all kinds of things that facilitate this. For example, the gallbladder is very important in all of these metabolites. It's almost like the recycling plant of those. And if you don't have a gallbladder, it's really important that you detox frequently, because there's a lot of pressure and support on the body when you're missing that very important organ. But we see the gallbladder get removed when we have significant fluctuations through our lives during pregnancy and during menopause, are the two most significant times when we have that kind of cholecystitis or gallbladder issues. Again, the other thing that's really important here is pregnenolone supports the brain, and pregnenolone supports those two precious glands called the adrenal glands, which help regulate stress and stress hormones, and the brain, which of course helps you with memory, cognition, but actually with every aspect of your life. So this is the science behind what I was thinking when I put together the 10-day fast metabolism cleanse. So I want you to know that when you're drinking your shake and you're utilizing the strategic foods in this program, that you're supporting estrogen metabolism, progesterone metabolism, testosterone metabolism. You're creating stabilization in the glucocorticoids. Those mineralocorticoids are starting to just change the structure in your body, and you're utilizing vitamin D for those anti-cancer and immune boosting properties. And of course, you're nurturing those adrenals and you're feeding your brain. It's always time to use your kitchen as your pharmacy. I enjoy cooking with you.